tested out a new backpack this weekend. It's the Durston Gear Wapta 30. I believe it has a 30-liter main compartment. Then it has some other storage, including 2 sewn-in shoulder strap pockets, 2 water bottle pockets, and then a back pocket. Solid, not mesh, which I know some people prefer one or the other for different reasons. I think mesh, people feel like you can dry clothes out, which I don't know about that. But it can be less durable. And the solid, less airflow but more durable. It also has a bottom pocket, which I've never had a pack with a bottom pocket before. I think it's a relatively new thing over the last few years that packs have started to incorporate the bottom pocket, which I'm told was for your food. Food goes in the large end, and then apparently there's a small little opening on the other side where you stuff your wrappers and trash. Today I have my wind shirt stuffed in there, but I think I might in the future put my raincoat and rain skirt in there. I think that'll serve my own purposes better. I was a bit disappointed that the shoulder pockets are sewn in and can't be removed without a pair of scissors or a razor blade, but I should have known better. Dan Durston is a very clever guy, and he set them up so that you can still use a different shoulder pocket if you want. My first impressions when I unboxed the Wapta 30 and inspected it is that the workmanship, the craftsmanship, really well done, high quality. The stitching is all top-notch. I looked at quite a bit of it, reviewed quite a few seams, and very nice. And the taping, the seam taping on the inside of the main pack body, just incredibly well done. I have a lot of faith that this pack will remain waterproof. My base weight on this trip is, I think, just slightly over 12 pounds, but 2 pounds of that are being carried right now in my fanny pack, which I wear on the front. That gives me quick access to my drone, my wet weather phone, which is my wet weather camera, and my wet weather navigation. So, and then the weight of the fanny pack itself, it's a Hyperlite Versa, I believe. So that's about 2 pounds of my base there. But I think the rest of my gear and food, water, and right now I'm carrying my trekking poles. I've got a box of wine. So I think I'm carrying in the pack or on the pack 17, 18 pounds. I thought I'd talk a little bit more about the pack here. A couple things I forgot to mention. This is the size medium of the Wapta 30. I probably would have bought the size large. I'm a 19-inch torso, and the large spans from 18.5 to 21 or 22, while this one only goes to 19. But the large was not available, and this one, I took a chance, and this one seems to fit. So this in size medium weighs 18.4 ounces. And that is including this little bit of shock cord I added on the side here. This allows me to get my selfie stick in and out without taking the pack off, and provides a little more security so I don't lose it. So that's probably 0.1 ounce. So I'd say this weighs probably 18.3. Has a water bottle pocket on each side. Very good sized pockets. I have usually a 1 liter bottle and my selfie stick on one side, another 1 liter bottle on the other side. And this morning I had both my trekking poles as well with the water bottle before I started using them. So it's got quite a bit of room. And it has this rear pocket. In here I keep my my toilet kit with a little shovel and toilet paper, sanitizer. Keep my water filter system. And I keep my rain gear in a stuff sack. So that's my my skirt and my parka. And of course today, I've also got a bottle of wine for dinner tonight. And it has these interesting little kind of places that you can clip gear. So I've got my bug net clipped here. I have a thermometer. And then I have this little PVC end cap thing that I use to push my stakes in so I don't tear up my hands or my shoes. And then it has a pocket on the bottom, which I've never had before. Today I have my wind shirt in it, but in the future I might use that for my rain gear. Somebody told me that this was designed for food, and you pull your food out from here, and then there should be a small hole on the other side, or a small entry on the other side to stuff the wrappers in. But I don't see that. I don't see that on this pack. So maybe some packs have that. Maybe I just can't see it. I'll inspect it better later, but I don't see it. On top, it's got a V-strap. I just have a sit pad there right now. And then on the shoulder straps, it has sewn in pockets. I think for water bottles, but I don't like my water bottles in the front. So here, I think I mentioned earlier, I have things like sun lotion and bug spray. And then on this side, this is my preferred shoulder pocket. Works really well for me. And even though this pack has the sewn in shoulder pockets, Dan designed it in a way where you can still hook a different shoulder pocket on without cutting this one off. So kudos to Dan. I'm gonna guess that was intentional on his part. He really does think of all the details. So I think this is my second piece of gear of Durston Gear that I've purchased, and I can guarantee it's not going to be the last. So some final thoughts on the Wapta 30 as I wrap up this hike. I really like it quite a bit. I think it's going to be my go-to pack for the rest of this summer and fall for anything that's 2 or 3 days, I would say. But I have a 10-pound base weight plus a couple pounds of filming equipment, so more like a 12-pound base weight now. If I had my old base weight of about 6 to 7 pounds, I could easily see this pack supporting 3, 4, 5, 6-day hikes, no problem. Of course, one outing can't tell the whole story of a pack. You know, this is just kind of a preliminary review, and I need to put a bunch more trips on before I can really give an overall review about how well the pack holds up. But knowing Durston and his reputation for quality, I fully expect this pack to hold up very well, and if something happens, I fully expect to be taken care of. I think he's got that kind of reputation, so I think overall it's a good pack, and if you're considering it, I think it'd be a good choice for a use case of ultralight 10-pound base weight or under.